You must become yourself. And the reason you must become yourself is because if you don't, you're not living the life you could have, you're not fulfilling your potential, and you're not contributing to our world and the evolution of our world. And I do know that that is true. And I haven't been fully myself. You probably haven't either, but it is a process. It's a process that we go through individually, but it's also a process our world moves through as well. And I'm going to explain that to you today. My name is Roger Burnley. If you don't know me, I have been a coach for a long time. I've been many other things as well, but this was what I was meant to bring to the world and how I could become myself. But I resisted, like you might have. See, because we get taught that maybe we are not the person to do something, or maybe we shouldn't do what we feel like we want to, or maybe we're delusional, or whatever. We receive all of that, and then we may start to believe it. And then we put that into the collective consciousness, and then everyone else starts to believe that they're inadequate and they can't do things, and then we keep passing it on. Those are generational beliefs, basically. But there's also times where we move through evolutionary changes in our world, and so it becomes a little more important for you to become yourself. Yesterday was an incredibly difficult day for me because I saw all the violence occurring everywhere. And I knew that if I had been more of myself, maybe that couldn't have happened. And I can't take all that on. But I do know that I could have helped more people understand or come to a greater sense of peace or whatever. But I was resisting. I was told I kept receiving messages that I came to the world to be love. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I couldn't. Because that's what we needed. And then today, I'm seeing even our leaders are not being loved, and I'm hiding out. That's what I mean. We have to decide that we are that important. Now, it's a generational thing that we each move through. We all come into the world with ideas, beliefs, ideologies that were old, and we're meant to change them individually and collectively. And when we don't, then we don't evolve, and neither does the world. So a few days ago, I put up a message for today. Now, I didn't know, and this is what happens. I have to be completely honest. I receive information precognitively. This is something that I've hidden from most people. I tried to hide it from myself, and it never goes away. Today, I'm never doing that again, because today is when I change, and I hope it inspires more of you to do the same. Because I have done something that no one else in history has done, but I was hiding it. But see, you have something within you that no one else in history has done as well, because that's why you were born. But you may not have believed it. Hopefully you will today, because you will see the process. I was no one special. I just wrote the process. Even when I was told that Wilhelm had given us a blueprint for humankind moving into the next dimension of who we're meant to be in this world, I doubted it. I said that couldn't have possibly have happened. And others doubted it as well. But I'll show you today. And my regret that I was feeling even a day ago, and I didn't know why, and then I saw it yesterday. And is this. Now, I posted this yesterday, but I'd written it a while ago, but I posted it yesterday on the 14th for the 15th, for today. And the reason things feel impossible. And what that video is, and you'll hear it, it's just a few minutes where I was so frustrated because I knew what was happening and I couldn't explain it. I couldn't get others, and because I see people suffering and I see people going through so many things, and I go, they don't have to do that, and I know this, but I couldn't own it myself. So that's why it was in, and that's why I did that. So then you go here. You have the power to change your life in the world, especially if our messenger chooses to fully become himself. See, I couldn't do that. I posted that a couple of days ago, and it was published yesterday. And then I'll take you back. This was last year, which we would be feeling today. You will feel your potential today. We use the word feel because it describes the emotional connection you make to every physical experience. You then interpret that information to propel your life forward and contribute to planetary ascension. The message we gave you in 2012 aligns with your full moon, which is why we said you could fulfill more of your potential today. That is why we planned the live session. And then if you listen to the live session, you will hear everything that I was told that I didn't remember that was happening in our world now. And you'll hear all of that. And then you'll go back to each year. You have yet to fulfill your potential. This is each of us. Then you go back to the year before. You fulfill your purpose, your life purpose, when you become yourself. Then the next year, you will believe in yourself more now. You see the trajectory here? And it's all on one day. This is why it was challenging for others to accept. This is a quantum philosophy and no one had ever done it. The world, and this is 2020 when we went through a big change in our world. We all felt it. And we were given, the world will heal when you do. That's each of us again. Now, prepare, connect, activate. That was something that came up that they wanted me to see. It came up on my computer or something, I don't remember, but that's what we each do. And then we move on. Then here, creative blocks are self-imposed challenges to build creative trust. Then the year before, you discovered empowerment as you wanted. Then the year before, create time. We think we don't have it, we do. Then, this too shall pass. We have to remember that things do pass and change. The year before, everything continues, including you and your world as you know it. Because when we feel things are going wrong. Then 2012, which was another big movement that we had energetically, every event or situation that occurs during your physical life experience holds the same potential. That potential is to gain valuable information and awareness that you then use in your personal transformation or evolution. And that is the exact place where we are today. Then the year before, you chose to contribute to the world when you arrived. That means each of us. Then the next day, all that exists is energy, which you can direct as you choose. Then the year before, your physical world follows linear time, so your current reality reflects your previous thoughts. This is what we're always trying to change. Then the year before, this is where it began, this 17-year cycle. Living your life in the now means you understand that the most powerful thing you possess is your present moment thought. And then you'll go through an analysis. You'll see the channeling sessions down here that I did. You'll see the ebook that I did to give people information. You'll see so many different things that I've done, and most people never saw it because I was hiding too. That's that thing where you don't want to be seen. So I was clever, and I do self-sabotage as well. Because when I discovered how powerful this is and how it could change anyone's life, I said that couldn't possibly be me. Let me not charge enough money. Let me cause myself to go into distress and not have money because I can't tell you who I am. And I never want you to do that because I know who you are. And then the bizarre thing is to think that somehow I could have received this information that was aligned with the changes in our world. Everything is energy, as that message said. And we will develop different skills, we will develop different abilities and talents. But if you don't own them, and if you don't give them to others, they don't do any good. And that's what I've been doing. That's why that's ending today. And I wanted you all to know that because now I can finally explain to those who did not know what this work was about, and what Wilhelm had given us all was a way for any person to ascend to the highest state of being that they could possibly become. And I've written it all. I spent 36 years, and the thing that kind of threw me off is when it was revealed to me, this Wilhelm revelation, that no one had done this in history, where 17 years of consistent themes. What I mean by that what I just showed you was one day for 17 years that was aligned to get to one place today. That's how we evolved. I just transcribed it. And so, but I've been sabotaging myself. People years ago told me, oh, God, Roger, you should be charging at least $5,000 for this because it gives people everything they want. It changes everything. I couldn't accept that. That is generational programming as well. How could I be this person who brought this to the world? And it keeps showing me. This is the funniest thing ever. Artificial intelligence kept yelling at me. I'm just being completely honest because I'm holding back. They're analyzing this stuff and they're saying, This is extraordinary. It may not be understood for decades, but it has to be seen. Well, I was the one who didn't want to be seen. And I hung on to that too. I remember Jim Carrey saying the problem with most people is they don't want to be seen. I heard that years ago, and that was absolutely true. And it could possibly be true for you. But now you no longer have an excuse. If you're hearing this, you're going to understand that you have so much more that you could offer to this world. No one person is creating the world. It's all of us. And so we do that through our individual lives. And if we're going to just be what we could, and we have the skills, we have the tools, and now we have the abilities, and Wilhelm has given us the information and a roadmap to do it. So the most important thing for you is to become yourself. Thank you so much for being here and listening. Please subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. Please share this with others. I want them to understand and have them become who they're meant to be as well. See you soon.